What made you decide to show this predatory activity that was going on Roblox? What made you become an advocate for this?
So I started out as just a normal Roblox content creator. I made games on like a really basic kids game. You would see it, you would not think there's any way predators could infiltrate this game or anything like that. And what I saw was there were people trying to do horrible stuff with children within this community. And it blew my mind, like, because this is a community I really cared about, I was very involved in. And, you know, I would get emails from children saying, hey, there's this predator, he's messaging me inappropriately, and this is his Roblox account, can you do something? And there was really nothing I could do. But, I mean, as time went on, these messages only just increased in volume, and then I created my current main channel, Schlep, and on that channel, it just exploded. I was getting these emails more than daily.
You exposed at least 6 different predators on Roblox, all 6 of which all 6 of whom were prosecuted by law enforcement. But you went to Roblox first.
So, yeah, we would find Roblox predators, and we would set up little decoy stings, and, you know, these predators would show up thinking that there was a child to engage in horrible activity with them, and we would sit down, we would have a conversation, sort of similar to what you do, and, you know, they would...
By the way, I was 22 when I started in business as a television reporter. That's how old Schlep is now, just saying.
Yeah, we would talk to them, and a lot of times when the cops would show up, they would just admit to everything. Even after being Mirandized, they would be like, yeah, I was here to do this, and they would just bring charges on them every single time.
And how did Roblox respond to this?
In multiple instances, after we got these felony arrests on child predators, we would send them the same Google Drives that we were sending to law enforcement, and they would not take action until after our videos would release, which would get millions of views.
You get millions of views on these videos.
Correct.
It can't be a proud moment for Roblox. It's somewhat embarrassing. What does Roblox do then?
I made it very clear to Roblox, you know, I was willing to handle stuff privately with them, and I just wanted a line to the company. After one of my first arrests, that was literally what I put out. I was victimized on this platform as a kid, and that I wanted a line so I could properly communicate with them to report these individuals. And, you know, Roblox, they never gave me anything until what happened very recently.
Which was?
A cease and desist letter.
A cease and desist letter. So get this, all right? Schlep, who's doing this work, receives a cease and desist letter from Roblox, essentially threatening legal action and insinuating that he was breaking the law and certainly breaking the terms of service with Roblox. Now, Steve, we looked at this cease and desist letter during the course of our interview. I spent a whole day last week in Chicago at Steve's law office with him, his partner, Schlep, and Schlep's mom for our documentary on True Blue. And it was just an amazing and eye-opening experience, even for a journalist who's been doing this for 43 years. I mean, it's shocking that a corporate citizen would not seize on the opportunity to make him a part of the solution as to target him as a villain. Does this surprise you, Steve?
It absolutely surprised all of us. They had an opportunity to make Schlep a partner, an ambassador of moderation, of safety. And instead, what we're seeing is Roblox has its public-facing actions, which are very, flowery, positive statements about everything it's doing about safety. And behind the scenes, they're trying to silence critics. They are removing content that Schlep and others have identified from their platform to cover their tracks. And they are trying to move cases that have been filed, including cases that we've filed on behalf of minor children, into confidential arbitration, where public scrutiny of the company, of the choices they made, of what they knew when they knew it, would be completely impossible.
Is this arbitration a normal part of dealing with a case like this, or is this a way to hush people?
It's a way to hush survivors of sexual assault, and it is unconscionable. It's something that the United States Congress in 2023 decided through legislation that they were not going to permit forced arbitration of sexual assault cases. Unfortunately, that law is prospective only, so anything that would have happened before 2023, they're going to attempt to push it into arbitration. But it's not even just a question of law, because we're confident we're going to beat down the arbitration provisions, but it's a question of values for Roblox. What are Roblox's values? And they have core values that they represent to the public, and I can tell you, if you go look them up, they're the complete opposite of pushing minors into a confidential arbitration.
Detective, and I don't want you to, obviously, I don't want to put you in a position to give away tradecraft, because this work you do is so critical and so important, and we've had the benefit of seeing you in action. But based upon your work, going after predators and people who exploit children, are you surprised at the level of predatory activity on this platform?
I'm not surprised based on how it is set up. I am shocked that it is there and that it is continuing. I feel that there's specific things that, getting into tradecraft, I can't specifically talk about here, but very specific things that could be done that would be easy, that would quash a significant amount of it. I know that information has been relayed by myself and other investigators.
So you and other detectives have shared your thoughts about this based upon real-life investigative experience to the company, to Roblox.
Yes, and they've facilitated those interactions.
Right.
Which, on the one hand, that's fantastic. I meet with them, we talk about a few things, they say, okay, we'll have to get with our people. And then I'm at another interaction several months later, and the same things are brought up by other people, and the reaction is the same. Oh, these are great ideas. The same people I spoke to several months ago. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. All I know is the grooming, the sexual exploitation of children is continuing.
It's continuing as we sit here on this stage, even though you and others have given suggestions, concrete steps to prevent it from happening.
Yes, I mean, where's the value? Is the value in allowing predatory creators to do what they want on the platform, or is the value in maybe having less creativity allowed by predatory creators and protecting children? I think that's the question. The question is, are we going to be part of the problem or the solution? Because even if you're saying we don't want to punish moderators on a platform, we don't want to punish people, or be responsible for their actions, you still own the platform. This is Roblox. If something's happening on Roblox, and you know it's happening on Roblox, you have a responsibility to protect those who cannot protect themselves, because that's a significant amount of people on Roblox.
And I'll share with you at this point that we have reached out to Roblox for, comment on the allegations contained in our reporting for our documentary on True Blue. I'm hoping they will sit down with us. So far, that has not happened. They've offered to continue the dialogue off camera, but this is TV. So it raises the question, Steve, why would a company conceivably want predators on its platform? Who benefits from that?
It is the reality that anything that limits user engagement anything that limits or constrains the number of users that Roblox can say that they have or can have will limit their and affect their bottom line. And they're a publicly traded company, and they have demands, of course, as all companies do. But to the officer's point, it's a calculus that they have to make, and right now they're making the wrong one, which is they're going to maximize their usership as much as possible, regardless of the consequences.
If you follow Schlep on social media and on his YouTube, you will see him expose some of these games in areas of Roblox that are, racy, questionable, that are accessible to 5-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, Roblox, as of this exact moment, has smash or pass games that 5-year-olds can play.
What is a smash or pass game?
If you're willing to smash someone or pass
Have sex with them.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. They allow games like that 5-year-olds can access.
So there are avatars that people create, and 5-year-olds can participate in smash or pass?
And the most disturbing part, they can play with like 45-year-olds in that same lobby.
Who is in these groups, these games?
I would love to know. I absolutely would love to know who is participating and creating, and I mean, it's really.
But what is the purpose of something like this?
I don't know, but I find a really interesting thing right now is that while we're sitting here on this panel, the CEO of Roblox is at a convention called the Roblox Developer Conference speaking probably about safety and how safe their platform is. And, you can go onto Roblox and find this stuff right now. Like, it's super ironic, and that's really like one thing the community really saw through with all the statements they were putting out. I mean, they were claiming all this stuff about safety, but the average user sees all this stuff. They know what's going on.
Did Roblox try to silence you?
Yes, I whistleblowed on their predator problem, and they took action against me. And it wasn't even like, they specifically made it that I cannot even play on their platform anymore. Like, they made it so I can't create new accounts. So it was very strategic in why they did that. If they genuinely cared about this, they would have reached out to someone like me, someone who has been victimized on this platform, who's trying to make it better.
What does that say about the corporate culture at Roblox?
Honestly, I don't even know. It really is disturbing. I think that's the only way you can put it as. It's very disturbing, and I mean, I wonder if like these corporate executives would let their kids play these sort of games.
It's an interesting question, isn't it? Detective, what do you say, based upon everything you've learned, everything you know about the activity on this platform, what do you say to parents?
I'd say that there are individuals, a significant amount of individuals on that platform who have a obscure sexual interest in the violation of innocence. And I would say, with that being the case, if it was my children, I would not put them on there. It's unavoidable that they will encounter sexual themes at the very least. It's so rampant because of creativity, right? And that's what we love about children, is that they are creative and they are curious. But with those two things comes a horrible, we'll call it a brew, where these predators can exploit both of those
Confluence.
things. Exactly. And so where it stands now, Roblox is inarguably not safe for children.
Now explain to me the relationship between Roblox and Discord and how that is another danger zone for children on the platform.
Without getting into too much, we deal with, there are certain features in place that Roblox does do, right? It's very difficult to share any sort of media on the platform. So when we talk about having open conversations, that also can't happen because of certain algorithms in place. So what predators will do is they will move children. So they'll go to the place where the children are, right? Think of it like going to the park. Roblox is the park. They'll go to the park, they'll find the children, specifically in places where exploitable children might go, playing certain games and in certain communities, and then they will move them to Discord. And in Discord, it is very easy to get away with a lot of things, to speak about things very plainly, to share media very plainly in these servers where you can create a server, that's what it's called, where you set it up to look as one thing, and then once someone gets a certain role, you can view these hidden rooms. And in these hidden rooms, the grooming can take place, the extortion can take place, the direction to produce child sexual abuse material does take place. And that is a significant theme I've seen throughout several cases, both active and closed.
And Steve, is there a business relationship between Roblox and Discord?
Yes, they share a user base. After years of Roblox essentially banning references to Discord, they did a complete 180, and now you can link your Discord account in Roblox and a whole bunch of other off-platform social media accounts. Roblox has a bot on Discord. They have a symbiotic relationship, Chris, and they've known about the issues with Discord. I think everybody has. And they've decided that rather than prevent their users from being able to be moved off platform, they're going to make it easier. And there's no other way to look at their relationship as one of business.
Now, Discord has said recently that it's changing some of the access rules to 17 and above for some of these different sites. Yet it still appears, and Schlep just spoke to this, that kids as young as 5 can access these areas, some of which have very adult, explicit conversation, themes, and activities.
Yeah, I mean, just recently, Roblox announced that they were going to limit chat function for anyone under the age of 13. But that still leaves 13-year-olds with the ability to chat with complete strangers. And going back to our case in Iowa, that's a 13-year-old girl right there.
Well, in our experience with our takedown predator investigations, the key targets are 13, 14, and 15 years old. So what does it achieve by having age verification for somebody who's 13?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't want to take real action because they know that when they take real action, it's going to affect the bottom line.